Welcome back. This session we are going to see about call wreck situation. The first situation is you are a power driven vessel A. You can see this is power driven vessel A in a narrow channel. This is a narrow channel and power driven vessel B is crossing on your port side. So what you supposed to do? So in this situation, power driven vessel B not supposed to cross a narrow channel when she is impeding a passage of a vessel which can safely navigate within the narrow channel as per rule number 9. So power driven vessel B should not cross your way. If she is crossing, then she must take action not to impede your passage. So that is the answer given in the rule number 9. So here the answer will be you are obliged to sound 5 short and rapid blasts supplemented with the light. If no any action taken by the vessel B, then you will have to slow down. So this is the answer for this situation. So you can see the answer common. Vessel on your port side is in crossing and impeding situation. Vessel shall not cross a narrow channel if such crossing impedes the passage of a vessel which can safely navigate within such channel. That is rule number 9 delta. So vessel B should not cross the narrow channel if she is impeding the passage of any vessel. We'll move on to the next one. Next one is a TSS situation. You are a vessel A. It's a bulk carrier. So it's a Handymax bulk carrier. So you are underway, and on your right, on your starboard side, you will have a tug and tow with the two cones. I mean uh, two diamonds shown on the tug and tow. So that means the length of the tow is more than 200. So here the tug and tow is crossing on your starboard side. So what action you will do here? Since there is no ram is displayed on the tug and tow, it is considered as a normal power driven vessel. So you have to consider this tug and tow is a normal power driven vessel. Again, I'm repeating, not all the tug and tow are considered as a restricted ability to maneuver, because the rule number 3, restricted ability to maneuver definition is very clear. If there is any maneuverability affected and she is severely restricted deviate from the tow, then she is considered as a ram. Even though she is considered as a ram, she must display the ram signal daylights day shape. So since she is not displayed the ram day shapes, she is not restricted in her ability to maneuver, so she is considered as a normal power driven vessel. So here the bulk carrier, you are a bulk carrier, you are supposed to take action as per the rule number 15, 16 and 17. So what you will do? So you will what you will do, one shot blast supplemented with the light, bold alteration of course to starboard, that you can do. Otherwise you can slow down also. Either way you can do it. See, all the answer will be all the tug and tow are not ram. So that I have already explained. We have to refer to the rule number 3G. Only whenever the tug and tow severely restrict the towing vessel and her tow ability to deviate from the course, then she is considered as a ram. So in this case, since she is not displaying the ram signal, she is not restricted in ability to maneuver, she is considered as a normal power driven vessel. In this, choose the best answer. In the choose the best answer, I have not given the alteration of the course. Since I have not given the alteration of the course, the second option what I have given is a slowdown. So you can slow down. Literally, this question you can alter the course also. There is nothing wrong in it. Why I have not mentioned the alteration of the course? Because if you alter the course on the starboard side, the tug and tow is more than 200 meters. The day shape is showing for the vessel B. The tug and tow is more than 200 meters. Maybe the tow may be length of 5,000 meters. So we don't know what is the exact length. So the safer side would be slow down the vessel. That is why they have given the option of slow down. So in this situation, you are responsible as a vessel A. You are obliged to comply with the rule number 15, 16 and 17. So this is the second situation. We'll move on to the third situation. This is again narrow channel. You are a vessel A and vessel B is crossing on your port side and vessel C on a right ahead. What you will do in this situation? In this situation, what you will do? Again, for the vessel B, she is not supposed to cross when she impede a vessel navigating within the narrow channel, safely navigating within the narrow channel. So vessel B not supposed to impede the passage of a vessel C and vessel A. So vessel B is bound not to impede, and for the vessel C, you have to give one shot blast and alteration of course to the starboard side. Why? Because as per the rule number 9, you have to keep to the starboard side of the channel, and also rule number 14, head-on situation. Even in the narrow channel, the head-on situation still applies. So when you see a power-driven vessel on your right ahead, it does not matter. Even in narrow channel, you have to alter to the starboard side, pass port to port of each other. So in this situation, so you have to give 5 short blasts for the vessel on your port side and 1 short blast and move to the starboard side on the vessel right ahead, that is on the sea vessel. So we will see the answer. Vessel on your port side is a crossing and impeding situation. Vessel shall not cross a narrow channel if such crossing impedes the passage of a vessel which can safely navigate within the such a channel. So this is rule number 9 delta that says about vessel B should not impede vessel C and A as per rule number 9 delta. So she has to take an action. If she is not taking action, you have to give 5 and rapid blasters on the ship's vessel supplemented with the light, and you have to take action. And for the vessel C, 1 shot blast you can alter to the starboard side, keep to the starboard side of the channel, because rule number 9 is requiring to keep the starboard side of the channel, and also rule number 14 is required to keep starboard side and pass port to port of each other between two power driven vessels. That is the rule number 14.